What's up, everybody? It's Ivy Ross, and I'm checking in here. It's late, but I want to talk about my experience last night getting pulled over by the police and just my perspective on how I felt, objectively, now that it's past, it's done. But I'll start with the story. So I'm driving home. Sorry, I'm kind of sick right now. My nose is kind of stuffy. I can't stand that, honestly, but bear with me here. So yeah, I got pulled over last night. It was at the red light, and so it was at the red light. Now, every now and then, my car starts tripping. There's a red bolt that pops up on my dashboard, and when that red bolt shows up, it starts throttling and acting really sketchy, let's just say. And so in order for me to stop that, I have to turn off the car and turn it back on. So anyway, this happens at the red light right before it turned green, though. So it turns green, and I'm just now starting the car back up. And I'm looking in the rear view. I got a freaking cop car behind me. So I'm like, oh, shoot, this doesn't look sketchy. This doesn't look sketchy at all. So I'm looking at the GPS right now, too. So anyway, I'm trying to get on the highway. Anyway, so yeah, my sketchy-ass car starts tripping. I go, and then the cop stops, and I'm like, oh, God, he's reading my plates. And then lights go off. So at this point, I'm nervous as hell. Not the kind of nervous like, oh no, I'm gonna get a ticket nervous. Like, it's like, oh shit, I might die tonight nervous. And there's a distinct difference. And that's where I was at. So I was like, oh my God. So, understanding where I am in America as a black male, I know where I'm at. So first thing I did, I turned all my lights on, put my hands on the ignition, and I'm just waiting, And so two white cops, one's a female, one's a male. Female's initiating it. She's the aggressor, or she's the one leading it, let's say. And anyway, I get check in my rear view. She's already ready for like any kind of smoke. I'm like, shit, dude. I'm looking at the rear view. You can tell she's got both hands occupied right now. She's like, put the window down now. Put the window down. I was like, oh shit. And she told me three things at the same time. She was like, put your window down. Turn the car off. Hands on the wheel. Like, all at once. And like, it wasn't like in an order where like it should be, like, turn off your car, put the window down, hands on the wheel. It was like, hands on the wheel, turn off the car, put it in. I'm like, okay. And I just did it as quick as I could without stammering and acting dumb. And, I did that, followed the orders. She comes up. Now, she's like, the reason why I put you over is because your registration expired. Now, my registration expires this month in November. And you got 30 days, so it's not an issue until December. And, I really believe, I know that just from the way that they approached me, they read my license, they read my registration, they see it's expired or expires in November, which, that's up to debate how you want to look at it. But they see, my black face on that license, even though it's clean, they're still, oh shit, there's a black dude in here. We're going to pull it over. We're going to see what's going on here. We're going to see if this guy has any drugs, weapons, anything. So first thing, she walks up to me, she's like, oh, registration. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm being as positive as I can, because I understand that this is not the time for me to fight the justice, fight this system. The time to fight this system has got to be somewhere else. It can't be when you are outgunned, outmanned, out-systemed. So anyway, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I just haven't updated it yet. I'm planning on doing that. And she's like, give me your license. And, I'm keeping it positive. You know, I'm really just trying to share the love that I have for myself, and hopefully it's, you know, spreading on them. Like, hey, I really love my life, so please don't take it from me. You know, I'm trying to really just be positive, not trying to get no attitude and shit. It's just my main goal when you get in these situations, especially when you're black, is get home safe. So anyway, she asked me, are you a convicted felon or are you on parole? I was like, I'm like, damn, no, I'm not. She's like, oh, okay, give me your license. She goes and she's gone, you know, for like 10 minutes looking at my license. You know, the other cop is to the right. He's standing there by the window the whole time, you know, and it's like, damn, man. Now, there's nothing really that the cops did, you know, that made me, they didn't do anything to me. You know, I'm not like trying to report or like get extra views or some shit, making up some scenario. It's the fact that I had to really change up my whole positioning or posture, attitude. I had to really do all these things just to make sure that my life is valuable to these people. You know, I can't really be myself. I can't be myself. I'm talking to you, my tone is higher. It's like when you work in a call center job, you talking to people, hi, how can I help you today? It's like one of them shits. You know, I can't be myself like, oh, what did I do? Or how's it going? I got to be like, oh, yes, sure, officer, here you go. Like, I'm over here playing the role. Because I already understand that in this system of white supremacy and anti-blackness that has been birthed in America, and you look at the statistics of black men going to prison and black men getting killed, you don't know when you step out that door if you're going to make it back home that day, you know? And it just sucks that, you know, I'm paying taxes, I'm a civilian, you know, my lineage goes back to the killing fields of, you know, of the American South. So I've been here, you know, but I still don't feel like I'm protected, and it's because I'm not, you know. So really, I just wanted to like share this experience to really give a perspective like of how messed up that system is, you know. And I don't think people understand it still. I don't think they'll ever understand it, you know, really. So the best thing to do is just listen to these kind of experiences that I'm getting pulled over by people that should be protecting me, but I don't feel like I'm protected. I don't feel like I'm, you know, my best. It's in my best interest, you know. And so I'm just like thinking like, why are we here? Why are we here at this point, you know? And how did we get here, you know? And I had to really just think about it for a second. It took like 2 seconds to be like, well, I mean, things haven't really changed. I mean, since, you know, the end of slavery, you know, the police were there to put these black people in jail so that they can legally still be slaves. So, you know, when you understand the you know, where the culture of America stems from, you got to look at the big picture. So, I mean, I could go on and on about how things are just not right, and you know what I wanted to just make sure that anyone who listens and gets this across is that right now in America, I understand that I have no rights. I understand that I'm in a system where if these people kill me and I'm unarmed and it's unjust, they're gonna have the whole system. They're gonna have America. They're gonna have the president. They're gonna have the media. They're gonna have all these structures, you know, of the system, different parts of the system that will cover them. My car just did that shit. It does. I'm at a red light, right? Watch me get pulled over too, fucking around. I'm almost home though. So anyway, you know, I realized that it doesn't matter what's going on right now until the system breaks, until the system changes. Because there's nothing wrong with the system that they've built, because this is how they wanted it. They want this system to be that way. They want us to feel scared. They want us to know that we can get capped. and nobody's gonna come save us. You know, every group, cops do not pull up on groups as much without worrying about accountability as they do with black people. That's just straight up. And you know, not only because it's a racist system, but because the system created an economic chokehold on black people. So economically, we can't even protect ourselves. We can't elect politicians to support laws, you know, federal laws that will make extreme punishments to killing black people, unarmed black people. We still have not changed that because we have politicians that their interest is not into black people. So, you know, and it's a huge economic issue. And so I realized that, like, every group, you know, if anyone gets killed, that's why cops, they'll hesitate before they try and kill a white person before a black person, because they don't know what kind of background that white person might have. And regardless, that person is going to have the lawyers and all of, you know, everything working for their success and a just way. So, you know, I'm a little jumbled right now just because it's still fresh in my head, and, you know, I just, you know, still have these feelings. But I do know that it's crazy when you look at all these things happening on TV and then you realize, oh shit, I'm that target. Like, I'm still targeted by this system. And when you're living it, you're like, holy shit, like, this is real. Like, I can get shot for like nothing. I can get shot and no one's gonna have to worry about shit. It'll be a slap on the wrist, you know, 5 years, 3 years in jail, if that, and then, or they'll just get transferred to a different county, you know. So it's like, it's a trip, you know, when you really think about it, when you're living it. And I think it's only something that black people can really understand, to be living in that and know that these people can kill you, and the media will demonize you and make you, they'll pull up something from 2014 or pull up a rap lyric I have, you know, and demonize that, hone in on that, and just strip me, you know, and publicly lynch me even when I'm dead, you know. So it's a trip. So honestly, when these scenarios happen, I understand that we have no economic power, you know, people in power to protect us and look out for us. Politically, I'm gonna keep it real. The solution to this is reparations for black Americans, you know, full stop. So that we can create a system, so that we can elect politicians that are really going to look out for us and push for laws, so that cops can think twice before they try and kill us. So cops know, you know what, let me just tase this dude instead, or treat this guy with respect, or whatever it is. It's gonna make them think twice, so that they know, oh, the cop that shot the dude last year, you know, he got 50 years to life. But no, we're in a system where Amber Geiger from Fort Worth, Texas can come, pull up on Botham Jean eating ice cream in his house, kill him, get convicted for murder, and get 10 years in prison. And she's probably gonna get 2 years. So that hasn't even finished. So they're trying to put that under the radar. So I live in that system right now. I live in that system where cops don't even gotta worry about it. They're gonna be, you know, of course they're gonna feel bad as far as looking back, like, oh my God, I killed this person, like, what's going on? I killed this guy. But it's a different kind of regret compared to, oh my God, yo, my career is over. I'm going to jail. Like, that is a complete shift. So I can't say that obviously, like, you know, every cop is shitty, but it's not every cop. These cops are in a system where they are allowed to do this. And so when you give that people kind of power to treat anyone, they're going to use it. That is human nature to do, especially when you have too much power and you have no self-control. So I don't care about anything else politically until black people get reparations. I'm gonna just keep it 100%. After what happened last night, knowing that we have no economic power to even protect us from getting killed from these cops. So that, now I do understand from a Buddhist perspective that karmically we are going to have to change and do our inner revolution. Each American. that's going to have to happen for us to implement a some kind of law to give Black Americans reparations, have our own economic power, have our own, contribute into something that we found, something that we made a huge impact on this rock in America. So, you know, I can dive deeper, and I'm probably missing a bunch of points I wanted to make, but you know, this is what happened to me. This is, you know, real, and when it happens to you, it's not a game. You gotta know your role. You gotta understand that they're not looking out for you. So you know, getting pulled over and getting mad, man, why the system doing this to me, man? This is like, I don't get it, man. This is bullshit. And then you end up getting killed. You end up getting tackled. It's not the time. You got to understand your role. You got to understand that you have to win another day. You have to live another day to fight this system. You aren't fighting this system talking to these white supremacists, and then they kill you in your car unarmed. So I just, you know, and I always tell myself, if I'm in these situations, I'm going to play my role, meaning I'm going to make sure that I get home safe, meaning I'm not going to, whatever it is, whatever they're trying to get me to do, I really have no say-so. I have zero power, zero zilch. Even against my word, I have no power, and I understand that, and it's a shitty feeling. It really is, to know that people that are supposed to protect this, you know, your district and county and state, could be the ones that kill you. I feel that there's a statistic that my chance of getting killed by a cop is higher than getting robbed by a gangster. You know what I mean? Or getting robbed, getting murdered by some Klansmen. Well, I don't know. Now I'm just babbling at this point. So anyway, that was my experience. This is, you know, how I feel, and I was definitely nervous. You know, I was definitely, you know, thinking all the scenarios that I've seen on videos of people getting killed and hanging out their car, and just like, you know, and knowing that I could just be another statistic. So I'm glad that I'm not another statistic, you know, and I pray for, you know, I chant, and all my thoughts go out to everyone who's fighting this system and dealing with this on the front lines. So anyway, that's my experience. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know what you guys think, and you know, other ways we can do to implement and change this system, so that we can replace this system of injustice, and what and you know, from the theory of Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, you know, titling it, you know, racism, white supremacy, you know, or this in America, where it founded from, where this hate founded from. I want to replace that system, you know, of white supremacy, and replace it with a system of justice for all, economic inclusion, you know, and able to compete, you know, in this economy that is just, inflation is just skyrocketing, you know. So we can't even afford a lawyer. I mean, if I get in a situation, I have no idea how the hell legally I'm going to handle that. So anyways, that's how I feel. And yeah, make sure you guys like the video. I should have said that in the beginning. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, your day, all that. So peace.